What's happening? What's happening, folks? This is your man Frankie, and welcome to the Root Cause Podcast. Today we have another fire episode for you today. Special guest in the building. If you don't know his name, you're gonna find out today who he is. But before we do that, let's support the community. Let's start our promotion segment right now with a few of our local businesses. We're going to start with Pivotal Operational Practices. Pivotal Operational Practices is a virtual assistant program. This program allows you to go be the face of your business while they handle all the administrative processes and things. You need hotel bookings, you need payroll done, systems built. Pivotal Operations will be able to do that for you. We're going to go on to Marriage Moments with Miguel and Kim. Miguel and Kim, these are our partners here. Brother Miguel, of course, is another host on the Root Cause Podcast. Him and his wife have an excellent podcast that give you a transparent window and perspective into how to handle certain things in marriage. They're on all platforms as far as podcast goes. We got our brother DJ Shane, who's also a host of the Root Cause Podcast. He has the Hustle and Motivated Conference and movement going on right now. That's going to take place August 21st through the 22nd of this year. I can't be there, but I wish I was there. Brother, I hope y'all have a link up so I can watch my man Dr. E speak, BJ Page, and Miguel Brown, along with Jose Bennett. They're going to get it in. Our last but not least, Milestone and Elevations, man. Milestone and Elevations is a community program that helps the entire family, not just men, not just women, but the whole entire family. Growing up, I had to go through an inspection with my aunt and them during the summertime, because she was on Section 8. So, white woman she comes in to inspect the home, but my uncle has to leave. So they weren't really in tune with couples who were struggling being together. With this program here, Milestones and Elevations, they're going to help the family in its entirety, and you don't have to feel crazy for accepting help. Okay. Like I said, we got a good program, a good episode for you today. I want to welcome my man and comedian Steve Brown to the house, man. Comedian Steve Brown, you've seen him on everything as far as Comic View, BET. Growing up, I thought he lived on Comic View because I saw him over and over and over again, man. Comedian Steve Brown, thank you for joining us. Thank you for your time. Thank you for hanging out with us. How you doing, my brother?
Hey, man, I'm great, man. Out here on this road, man. Thank you for having me. I appreciate you, inviting me on your powerful platform.
I wouldn't have it any other way. So where are you?
Right now, I'm back in time. I'm in a small town called Evansville, Indiana. Evansville, as we know, is an Indian word that means nothing to do. So I'm in the room right now, waiting to get out of here, man. I had a show last night. The people came out. I had 2 shows, as a matter of fact. They came out and they really enjoyed themselves. I enjoyed myself. And now I'm just waiting to get back home, to the family.
Hey, Steve. I can't hear you. Hold on one second, bro. I can hear you now. Go ahead.
Okay. So, like I said, I'm in Evansville, Indiana. As you all know, that's an Indian word that means nothing to do. But I'm here. We had 2 shows last night. They were very successful. And now that it's over, I'm just waiting to get back on the plane and get back home, to the family.
There we go. Okay, bet. So you said you inside a small Indian town that means nothing to do, huh?
Evansville, Indiana. Never heard of it. It's like 100 miles east of nowhere.
And where are you from, though?
I'm from Tuscaloosa, Alabama. That's another small town, But I live in Atlanta, man. But I rep Tuscaloosa, Alabama, So I'm a Bama boy.
There we go. So let's start at the beginning. Why the love for comedy, yo? Because you still have the same fire and desire from the outside looking in as you did from day one, from Steve Brown with the locks.
Oh yeah. I kept them locks a little too long, until I just had one up there, and it kind of hung off my head like a clip-on tie. But here I am today. But definitely, man, I love comedy, man, and comedy is more than just having fun and making people enjoy themselves. Comedy is pretty much therapy for me as well. You know, I don't smoke, I don't drink, I don't have any of those vices. And anything that might bother me, I substitute it with comedy. So when I'm me being on stage, like I said, it's like it's therapy, and I love it, man. I love it. I really do.
How long you been in the business? Because I mean, I remember being a teenager, probably about 16 when I first discovered you on Comic View.
Oh, now you telling my business. Let's just say I've been in 25 years plus,
Yeah,
but I've enjoyed all 25 years, man. The ups, the downs, and I'm still raring up to go more. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I love the business. I love everything about it.
yeah. With that being said, comedy has come a long way. What do you think of the state of comedy right now with so many? When you look on IG and Facebook and all that kind of stuff, everybody's a comedian. I mean,
Right. Now, you know what? It's a good thing for comedy as far as, us having more platforms to get it out. But then again, it's a bad thing. It helps us and it hurts us because, you have people that have never touched the stage, never trained, never did anything to be a comedian. And then they'll put up a couple of funny videos, and the videos are hilarious. So I salute them on that. But the bad thing is, you look on their profile and they say, I'm a comedian,
mhm,
book me. Now these clubs, because they get a lot of followers
mhm,
putting up these great videos, then the clubs are like, okay, they got followers. Because now as you know, it ain't about the talent anymore. It's not about how well you can sing, dance, none of that. How funny you are is about how many numbers you got. It's a numbers game. So when these clubs see that they have all these numbers, that means asses and seats, and then they book them. Now,
mhm,
when you see them live, they don't have a show, they don't have
mhm,
any material, and
mhm,
then there goes the spiral downwards. Because for people who have seen comedy the first time, they're looking at it like, oh, this is what stand-up comedy is about. Nah,
mhm.
I ain't feeling it. So it really, really hurts us in a way. But again, it helps us because me, I guess I would be considered an OG, which I hate that term. Uh, it gives us more opportunities to get our content out, and honestly, it's just something that you have to do to stay relevant.
Yeah. And why you hate that term, brother? Because it's really an honor, Slim, to be a
It,
OG in the
bruh,
game.
bruh, it is. It's an honor, man. It's an honor. It's a thing of full respect. But me, I'm in the midlife crisis stage, bruh. I'll be 55 July 27th this month. And when I used to hear the term OG, I'm thinking about old men. You're in that stage where you just don't give a damn. You walking out the house with sweatpants on and Stacey Adams and shit like that. So and that ain't me. So I look at, when you call me OG, I look at it as an honor. I look at it as a ultimate respect. But I also look at it like, hold on now, look, I'm not, you know,
Hey,
that
man,
ain't me.
OGs have changed, Slim. When I tell you it's a different day, it's 2022. OGs don't just carry they don't just drive around in vans with keys on their side.
Exactly.
And these brother, have you seen it's a group of men on Instagram that got all gray beards and shit, and they,
Oh, the Silver Fox game. Yeah, the Silver Fox guys.
man, the women chasing them, man. Everybody chasing them, man. They off the
Hey
chain.
man, let me tell you something. Me personally, I'm not your typical OG. Like I said, you riding around in the van, hitting aunties and grandmas. I'm not that guy either. I work out, man. I run. I do it all, man. I don't look nothing like my age.
Nah,
And God is good, man. I'm glad I'm taking care of myself, and that's just what it is. So you are right. OGs have changed. You know what I'm saying? So.
yeah, man. And speaking of that, like I remember Steve Brown with the locks, man. So when did you take your health into overdrive, yo?
Man, you know what? I always been health conscious. I was bigger than, as far as, my muscular physique. Now the thing is, the older you get, you want to kind of tone down on lifting the heavy and all that, and start toning. You know what I'm saying? Because at my age, when you're lifting heavy and going hard like that, now you're more prone to injury.
Mhm.
So what I do, I lighten the weight, but I keep the work ethic going. I can do better. I box. I do all that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm out here on this road, man, and it takes a lot out of you, and you just have to be physically fit and mentally strong. So that's me, man. That's me all day. Because honestly, we're losing we're losing a lot of comics who they're in my era. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to be one. So just trying to stay fit and stay funny.
Praise God, yo. So I often hear you say that you're a Christian in your comedy, yo, and you've ride that fine line of what some Christians may say, "Oh, that's heaven or hell." So in this sensitive society that we live in now, how do you continue to bring out the folks from the church but still please the streets?
I don't give a damn about what they think, because my thing is this: funny is funny,
Yeah,
and the main ones who are pointing the finger at you, they're the main ones doing it. That though, like my granddad say, when people point their finger at you, their thumb is pointing back at them. So I never ever worry about what a hypocrite is saying. I never take their opinion seriously. And my thing is, if you don't know me personally, I don't take it personal.
there we go.
So my thing is, I feel like anything can go over. You can say anything you want. If it's funny, it's got to be funny though. You
Got
know
to
what
be.
I'm saying? And yes, we do push the line a bit. I don't have a problem with that. My church set versus my street set is the same set. I
Um,
just take out cursing. I
there,
take out some of the content,
okay.
that wouldn't be suitable for church. But it's all the same, man. You know what I'm saying? You get up there and a couple of praise gods, hallelujahs, do your set, everybody's fine.
There we go.
So as long as it's funny though, it's got to be funny.
Damn right, damn right. So a few years ago, I guess you had a conflict with at some
Here
point.
we go.
Yeah, well, not that one. Just hilarious. Um, yeah.
Hey man, let me tell you about that, man. It
Uh,
it it all derived from the conflict that you're getting at. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Jess Hilarious, I love Jess Hilarious, very talented, beautiful girl. She's
Amen.
doing her thing. Of course, she came from the internet, man. And honestly, I blame that on her not knowing. I think
Mhm.
she got suckered into something that wasn't for her. And I had to really let her know what time it was. And unfortunately, it came out publicly, but we squashed it. She's a good lady, you know, love her to death. And that's just what it is, man. Unfortunate things happen in the industry. And, you know, I didn't want it to end up like DL and Monique, even though it happened.
Yeah.
Me being the elder comic or whatever, or the OG, saw her out one day. Hey, what's up? How you doing? We good? This and that and this and that, and we left it alone. She's doing her thing, I'm doing mine, and I wish her the best.
There we go. So have y'all been on the road together?
No, 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 no.
Yeah.
She's doing her thing, I'm doing mine. When you're working like we both do, it'll happen eventually. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? But she's doing her thing, I'm doing mine, and we're good.
Yeah, yeah. It's like boxers, man. The crowd would love to see the best together. You know what I'm saying? The funniest together. So often I go to some shows and it's like, okay, well, you got a couple of good ones or one good one, then it's one really, really good. But the ones that hit hard are everybody's fire on the list, man. So
Right.
we can't wait till something like that happens, man. Hey, I read some time ago that you were homeless with your
Yeah.
oldest son, yo. What? I mean, how did you dig yourself out from the
Hey
grave?
man, well the thing is, man, in this comedy business, I'm glad you brought that up. In this business of comedy, you never know what's going to happen. You just
Mhm.
try to prepare for it. You step out on faith and you keep it going. Me being young and dumb in the business, this happened years ago. I was depending on another comic for work because I looked up to him. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
He actually got me in the business. And he was like, I looked at him as a mentor, a big brother, or whatever. And I need not knowing, that, hey man, you got to get out and do your own thing. I mean, I was really young.
Yeah.
I'm looking for him to, you know, get me on shows because he said I was his opener. So when he worked, I worked. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So eventually, we kind of fell out, and or we were not in agreement with certain things, and he stopped putting me on shows, and it snowballed, and there I was, out there. So, but I had family and friends to rally around me, got back on my feet, man, and here I am. So people, I advise people who want to get in this business, you got to always have a you got to have something to stand on, or fall back on. A lot of people are like, man, I'm gonna quit my job and do comedy. No, the hell you ain't. Keep that job as long as you can while you're trying to do comedy, because in this business it takes a while before you get paid, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
You're going to struggle, and I always tell people, man, listen, you say you want to do comedy. Yeah, it looks fun on stage. We're having a lot of fun on stage, but the business part will eat you alive. It is this, honestly, people don't notice, but it's almost worse. It's almost just as worse at times, worse than the rap game.
Mhm.
So you you got to be prayed up. You got to have a lot of faith, and you got to really stay focused. So because it's a lot of things coming at you at one time. But of course, people think, oh man, you can just get on stage and do this and do that, this and that. You good? No, it's a business, and people forget that it's a business. And as we all know, business loves no one. It has no taste, no sound, no smell, no none of that. It's business, and people would destroy you because of business.
So as I see you get out the Maseratis and things like that to go do your specials, man. So I mean, we I just heard you talk about the highs and lows within comedy, but what are some of those struggles that you have to go through as a comic when it comes to the business? Because everybody thinks they're a comic now.
Everybody does, but everybody is not willing to go to endure the business end of it. Okay, as far as the stuff people don't know about, of course, some people do. You get your material stolen. Like, let's say, I'll give you a perfect example. Let's say you're doing your thing on
Mhm.
your podcast, which is very good. And you come up with a very, very good idea to go to a huge platform, a bigger platform. The guy in the next office or the next studio to you hear this idea, or they
Mhm.
hear, or they kind of they hear about your idea, getting ready to go to this next level with another major company or whatever, or another major sponsor. They steal it and they go to him before you. How you gonna feel? You're gonna want to put hands on them, right?
ASAP.
Exactly. So a lot of bigger names, they used to get us, like, they'll steal our material, and you know it is really nothing that we could do about it, because let's say, I will give you a perfect example. Let's say, Earthquake. An Earthquake is my dude, which he's not a joke thief. So I just want y'all to let's put that in perspective. Earthquake is straight. He's one of my favorite comics. Let's say I'm a younger comic,
Right.
and you know what? I'm not going to even disrespect his name like that. Let's just say Mojo. Mojo, he's a big name comic, right?
Right. Right.
And, I'm doing my stuff. He steals my material. He
Mhm.
steals it, and now he's using it.
Right.
Now I do my material that I wrote. People are going to say, hey, man, you stole that from Mojo. Why are they saying that? Because Mojo is the bigger name, and you're probably going to see him more because he's the bigger name. But
Right.
in actuality, Mojo stole it, and now they're labeling you a joke thief. Now, let me speak on the joke thief situation. That is the worst name you could ever have in the comedy industry. I know it sounds petty and corny, but yes, it's like you're the ultimate plagiarist.
Ah,
So so
ah,
when
man.
people label you a judge, is your name is mud in the industry, and there are a lot of them out there. and they're bigger name comics,
Right.
A-listers.
Yeah, wow, wow, wow. Just stealing young folks' jokes. I mean, you fresh off the streets, you fresh into the game, you got that fire, but then it's whoever gets it to TV first, whoever gets it to stage first is who's the winner of that particular joke or that particular skit. But yet,
Exactly. Now
yet
let me say this too. Now this is another kicker. All
Mhm,
right, let's say the internet comics. The internet comics.
mhm,
We call them social medians. They will hear or see something I did or another well-known comic did or just a very funny comic, and they will do it in the form of a skit.
right,
They would take your material and turn it into a skit and get millions of views off of it.
without giving you any credit.
Exactly. And now they're getting booked because of the skit they did from stealing from what you do, but they made it into a skit and now they're getting booked.
So boxing, I mean, a comedy is much like boxing. You can't fake boxing, man.
You can't fake it, man. We always say, the veterans always say, hey, man, you can do all these gimmicks, you can do all this, but guess what? It's only you and one mic, and that mic is going to expose you, and that's what usually happens. Unfortunately, it happens in front of all these fans that you built it on social media. You see what I'm saying? So now they're turned off, and it's like, wow. But then again, some of them think that they are such a fans. Some of them think that that's what comedy really is, and they love it.
Right, right, right. Okay. So speaking of you, the mic, and the fans, uh, what happened um
Here
when
we go.
when you saw this? When you saw Will Smith, did something else trigger with you, brother? I mean, we know.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, it triggered me. Let me say, my girl thought I was crazy for like some time after that because I was really walking around the house mad. I was like, man, I was talking to everybody. Let me say this. First off, I love Will Smith. I'm a big Will Smith fan. I'm a big Chris Rock fan. I'm a fan of both of them. Love them to death. But honestly, man, it triggered me. But looking more into it, it it Will Smith was the victim here.
Mm,
Will Smith was the victim.
wow.
Will Smith was the victim, is a victim of narcissism. That's just what it is.
Boom.
He's
Okay.
he's a victim of narcissism, and it came out. A lot of people, a lot of males, we are not going to admit that we are victims of narcissistic abuse. Why? Because it's not the manly thing to do. And like, hey man, my girl, she doing me this and this and that. Oh man, there's so many women out here, man. There's so much pussy out here, man. Go with somebody else. No, because you love who you love, and
Mm,
you try to hang in there. Um, we saw it displayed 100%, but a lot of black women, I love my sisters, they're like, oh man, he protecting the black queen and this. No, 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 no. That was just pure was toxic masculinity. You know what I'm saying? He had to do what he had to do to please the person, his abuser,
his
and
abuse.
that's just what it was.
Yeah,
uh,
yeah.
and it all fell in his lap. And the thing is, just like narcissists, when something happens to the person they abuse, and then they start saying, "Oh man, we need to heal," and this and that. She pretty much stole his whole moment. She stole his whole moment and sat back and laughed about it. If that ain't narcissism, I don't know what it is.
Yeah, and so what's the air within the within the comedy community about that? What's the temperature feel like when you all get together outside the comedy club and y'all talking? What's the temperature when that subject comes up? Because you aren't any stranger to someone walking up on stage in
Hey man, the temperature is nigga, I'm gonna get you before you get me. That's just what it is. But as far as Will Smith, I don't. Now that we all know and we discuss what it really is, nobody's really mad at Will Smith. Everybody's kind of still sick of Jada.
yeah,
That's just what it is. We sick of Jada.
yeah,
I feel personally, I feel sorry for Will. I hope that he gets help, and you know, ultimately, I hope that he leaves the situation. That's just what it is. I mean, I love. I mean, I'm not saying that because Will Smith is this hellified actor. He's very talented. We all know that. Know that. But Will Smith is a man, and he is going through something. And if it doesn't get addressed or ended, it's going to be something else, and it's going to be worse.
There we go. And I heard you talk about boxing earlier, and you stand in shape. I'm gonna play a 15-second clip of some excellent footwork, and I want you to play Monday morning quarterback and talk about what took place. Stand by.
All right.
Now, I will say, now I boxed too, right? I boxed too in the past, but your footwork is impeccable. It's impeccable, my brother. I mean, you ducked and weave, and you got away from whoever or whatever that was. What was that about? I mean, because Chris
All
Rock.
right, so first off, let me do this. And I know it's gonna shock you. Let me send a shout out to that brother, man. We're pretty cool now, man. I talked to him before he went to prison. I talked to him while he's in prison. While he was in prison, he's out now. He's doing well. He has a family. His brother's in South Carolina, man. Anyway, he was having a bad day, man. Drinking along with other things that had occurred in his life, and he just, he snapped because he had just got released from prison.
Mhm.
And I think that uh, he was going through something internally, and the thing is, people thought that it was about me. It really wasn't. Of course, if you see somebody attacking a comic, you're going to automatically think, "Oh, the comic must have said something." Nah, that he was fighting way before he got up there with me. He was
Mm.
fighting other people. And look, I mean, the issue was the the club had no security. They had one little old security guard. I never forget that old guy you explained, wearing Stacey Adams and a lot of kids. And somehow, I don't know how it happened, but he tried to intervene, and the dude hit him so hard as one of his shoes flew off. I still don't know how the hell that happened. But in the midst of things, man, we made eye contact.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all it took. And I was like, man, look, man, don't bring your ass up here. And the guy that was emceeing the show, he was up there with me at the time, and he was like, "Hey man, we got him, we got him, we got him, we got him." I see this brother breaking through the crowd, coming towards the stage. I'm like, "Man, we got him, bro." Dude, get on stage, and the guy up there with me chucks up the deuces and walks away. So now it's me and him. So now he's swinging on me. And the first thing, as a trained boxer, you got to keep your opponent in front of you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because now, if you turn your back on him, and that's with any fight, you turn your back on him, you're vulnerable. So the
Right.
first thing I did, I was keeping him in front of me. Then I was slipping. A lot of people think slipping is just you just moving, or whatever. Okay, so then you got to keep your feet moving. So I was kind of angling out on everything he was doing, and pretty much saw it coming. The reason why he started swinging the mic stand and stuff like that is because he couldn't hit me. He
Right.
couldn't hit me.
Right.
And so he got frustrated. He said, "Man, I got tired, man. So I had to do something." I said, he was like, "Man, I don't how I look like jumping up there and I get knocked out by a comedian. So I had to do something." So that's
Right.
why he started throwing stuff and this and that and this and that. And then when he finally connected with the bar stool, he snapped out of it and he was out of there.
Yeah.
But I mean, he was open. I had him angled off several times. But the thing is, I'm still thinking as a businessman. What if I hit this dude, hurt him, then I get sued?
And I can tell.
So I had to protect me, and I had to protect my pockets as well.
I can tell because the first thing you did was like a southern dude. They slapped their hands. You slapped your hands and you put your guards up, right? And then
Right.
I saw that you never took a swing at him, and he was open. You had him open several
Open several times. I
times.
mean, and the thing is, a lot of people, they if they don't know anything about boxing, they just up there swinging. But
Mhm.
the magical thing about boxing and the secret is you catch a person with angles. You can
Yeah.
sidestep, backstep, whatever. Then you catch him, and he was just swinging roundhouses like that. When
Mhm.
you're doing that, you're wide open. When you're swinging wild like that, people don't even realize that. But Man, it was an unfortunate, isolated incident, and the brother's name is Marvin Totley. Marvin Totley, good brother, man. Again, he caught a lot of flack from it, but me, I'm a Southern guy, man. I was raised right. I have a forgiving heart, love him to death, man. I'm glad that he's back. From the punishment that was handed to him, and he's doing well. We keep in contact, so he's doing well, man, and I'm happy for him.
That's what's up, yo, man. How prevalent is that with folks walking up on stage? Because when I see folks like you and Corey Holcomb, sometimes y'all jokes may hit a little nerve with some folks. And
Well,
so,
the thing is, man, I say this: if you come to a comedy show, which we want you to come, you have to be secure in yourself. You can't come in there with that low self-esteem shit. You know what I'm saying? Because you never know what might be said. And my advice to anyone is, don't mess with the comedians if you're not ready for the backlash, because it's coming. And you got to understand this. This is our job. I'll give you a perfect example. Let's say you're doing you come to my show and you're hollering out and you're heckling and you're doing this. Now, what you're doing, you're being very disrespectful to me and the audience, because they paid to see me. Okay. But you're out there hollering out and this and that and this and that. Now, I have to do something to claim the room.
right.
Or to get the power back on my side while you're hollering out. So I'm going to hit you with something subtle. Then I'm gonna let you know, hey man, okay man, you got to quiet down. Now, when I see that you're just being belligerent and disrespectful and you don't care, now I'm gonna take you somewhere you don't want to go. Now you're gonna leave the show mad. Then you're gonna be ready to fight, which is not my fault. So, I'm gonna give you this. Lady comes into a comedy club, guys doing this show. She's being disrespectful. She's hollering out. She don't care. Oh, ain't nobody comedians. They should be able to take it. Okay, so the next couple of days after this incident, she goes to her nice paying job.
Right.
Well, the comedian shows up at her job, sits on her desk, and just start talking shit. The first thing she holler is, hey, what you doing? This is my job. Exactly, bitch. That was my job. So I'm gonna give you what you gave me to see if you like it.
Right. Right. Yeah. You go on her desk and start frying her ass and see how things just
Exactly. So people don't realize that they and honestly they really look at us as jokes. Like, man, he's just a comedian. No, brother, you if you look at it and you do your research, you'll see that a lot of very 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 successful actors and actresses came from the stage of comedy.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, you guys are very, very talented, and
Steve Brown, one of them. Steve Brown, one of them.
Oh yeah, for sure. Hell yeah. And I'm not sure if the stats are still the same, but the second most fear from death is public speaking. So
exactly.
The fact that you guys got to get up on stage and then make people laugh, tell your story and make people laugh. What is your regiment for coming up with the material that you come up with, because it's classic?
Man, lifetime experiences, man. Just and we just certain friends that I had, man, and just things that I've done coming up in the past. And of course, I write, but I don't write like the typical entertainer. I don't go to my desk and start writing. I'm gonna write. If I think of it, I'll put it in my phone. You know what I'm saying? Or if I see it, I'll put it in my phone and I'll come back to it. And then my thing is like trial and error. If it comes up, when it comes out, if it works, I keep it. If it don't, I trash it. But 9 times out of 10, it's going to work, because honestly, it's comedy is not all about jokes all the time. It's about personality. You got to make people like you. You got to get people to like you. And if they like you, if they like your personality and what you're doing on stage, you can say anything and it'll be funny. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the things Corey Holcomb says and does, people like, oh my God, but I like him.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And Corey Holcomb is a controversial but likable dude. I'm a big Corey Holcomb fan. Yeah. He says some the most egregious shit, some of the craziest stuff, but you gotta love Corey Holcomb.
Yeah.
He's a classic talent in our business.
You do
So
too, bro.
everybody has to have their own, thing, but they gotta be likable.
Yeah. Yeah. So I find that you are an artist and a comedian that stays in your lane, man, and you don't try to teeter up into other people's lane. How are you managing not only your own career but those that you travel with? Like, so you travel with the team, or are you a lone soldier?
Right now I'm by myself, man. I'm stuck in Get Out right now. I'm stuck in this damn. Yeah, but yeah, I travel with a team of younger comics, man. I like to take younger comics under my wing, and teach them, the real. I take them through everything there is to go through as far as the comedy situation, the goods, the bads, and the ugly, and because we have to do that to save the business. Because right now, honestly, the business is kind of in trouble because the younger people coming up, they don't know the business for real, for real. All they know is what they see on the internet and what they see, other places,
Mhm.
and they don't have the OGs to take them out. Some of us are doing our due diligence by taking these young cats out and teaching them, the ropes. But I try to do my part, man, and I have a pretty good group of guys up under me, man, and we go out, we do the work, we work on the professionalism, the do's, the don'ts, and we just get it in, man, and I'm really proud of myself for that, and I'm proud of those guys for hanging in there and doing the work that needs to be done to be successful in the business.
Outside of comedy, man, what do you have going on outside of
I have my podcast, of course. I'm one of four guys. We have this podcast called the Yeah We Talk Like This podcast. And yes, we talk about any and everything. We talk about things other people don't want to talk about, and it's going pretty well right now, man. It comes out every Wednesday on YouTube. It's the Yeah We Talk Like This podcast, and it's pretty much four four veteran comedians with four different perspectives, and it's a lot of clash and it's a lot of laughter, and it's very funny, but it's very informative. It's pretty cool. We
we
ain't professional like y'all, but you see how you looking, because one of us, we might show up on set naked. You never know. We just, we you see how yeah, we just doing it out. We doing what we do, but we're having a damn good time, and it's effective.
My guy. So I noticed that you have a scholarship fund.
Yes.
Talk a little bit about that, and tell the listeners how they can support the Steve Brown Scholarship Fund.
Well, it's at several HBCUs right now. Grambling State University, had it at Miles College, Stillman College, my alma mater. Well, what I do is I sell my merchandise on the road, of course, and the funds from my merchandise, I put it in my scholarship fund. And when I go perform at the schools or whatever, I kind of partner with the administration and I give away, a couple of scholarships during my performance, and it's pretty cool, man. It's just my way of giving back because, of course, I am a product of an HBCU, and I just love giving back, man. I just I'm all about that Black education, So, uh, and you can go to my website, stevewbrown.com, man, or you can go to my fan page and see more about it, and you can donate if you like, or you can purchase my merchandise and get it. Of course, I'm wearing one of my shirts right now. You see that?
Yeah, yeah, I like that.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's very attention getting, but then
Yeah,
again, it has a very positive message. It's going to get your attention. You
hell,
walk around with a hoe on your chest, and then you look at it closely, is the abbreviation for happiness over everything.
I fucks with that, brother.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you.
So
I'm,
pretty much, man. A
I'm,
lot of people are really digging the shirt, man. Of course, you got the self-righteous. I'm not gonna wear that. Like, man, it ain't what you think it is. But then again, you got some dudes. Hell yeah, I got them hoes. Hell no, bro. That ain't it, bro. So it's the perspective, and I think it's a great shirt, man. And then I have a couple of other shirts, man, for the ladies, man, because of course, the ladies are going to support regardless, and I appreciate you, ladies, and that's just what it is. So definitely, man, the scholarship is going well, and we got to get back into it because, of course, school is starting, and I got to search out some more HBCUs to support.
damn right. Uh, so tonight, do you have another show tonight while you're in Indiana?
Oh hell no, I'm trying to get out of here, man. I'm trying to get out of here. No, actually, man, like I said, I did two shows last night. People came out; it was phenomenal. Had a good time. Sold a lot of merchandise, man, and you know, just kind of broadened my fan base. So it is what it is. Enjoying myself, and now I'm ready to get home to the family and do it again.
Speaking of family, comedy has taken a lot out of you. What relationships, or if anything, have you had to sacrifice to be as successful as you've had to be?
Man, comedy. See, people don't um understand the other side of this. They just think, again, I say they think it's all laughs and joking and all that. Man, you sacrifice a lot. You sacrifice a lot. I don't really want to get into it, but you have to sacrifice a lot.
Yeah,
Sometimes it's family, it's friends. Sometimes you just have to step back and start all over again. But if you're really, really about that life and you're really about the career in comedy or anything you do, there are going to be some sacrifices, and honestly, sometimes there are sacrifices that you don't want to make, and sometimes there are sacrifices that really paid off. But
yeah.
in the end, it's a part of your growth. And here I am, man. I'm happy. I have my family. A beautiful girlfriend. And just I'm enjoying life, man. I'm enjoying life and the journey.
Amen, amen. Hey, you have shows coming up in Stone Mountain soon.
Yes, as a matter of fact, Stone Mountain. Another thing that I do too, man. I just love to work. So I'm when I'm not being booked for shows, I produce my own shows. I have a show in South Atlanta called Funny. No, I'm sorry, it's I can't even forget. I forgot the name of the show, but it's called what the hell is my show? It's my show, and I can't even think of it. Well, that's one of them right there. That's Silly Saturdays in Stone Mountain. I'm starting that August 6th. August 6th in Stone Mountain at this nice venue called the Social House. So we're doing that monthly comedy for the grown and sexy, and I'm inviting all of y'all out. And then I have another one, man, on the 21st.
Okay,
For the grown and sexy, I'm catering towards grown people, man, grown people.
there we go.
It's called Make You Laugh Monthly at Milan's Lounge for the Grown and Sexy. It's in Stockbridge, Georgia. That's been going on. It's going on a year now, as a matter of fact, man. It's been very successful. The venue is very nice staff, great food, and it's comedy for the grown and sexy, man. Because I'm older now, so we it's not that rowdy Def Jam comedy. It's just you coming back, bring your girl, enjoy yourself, drinks, hookah, all that stuff, and just enjoy comedy, man. And we're bringing in a lot of funny comics, man, and it's working out well.
Got you. You got any specials or anything that's coming up, or that's all?
Working on it, man. Working on it. I don't want to speak on it, but just know I'm in the lab, and hopefully you'll see something big really soon. All I'm gonna say is Netflix. Let's just put that in the air. How about that?
Boom. There we go. Netflix. Okay. There you go. So right now, this is the trial period where you're trying out and making sure that all the material is fire.
It's fine. It's long overdue, man. It's long overdue. Got to do it, man, and make some things happen. And just just stay relevant, man, and continue working. We'll see what happens. I'm gonna throw it against the wall and see what sticks, and we're gonna go with it. And of course, have all my faith in God because I know He's gonna lead me in the right direction.
There we go. Well, on this episode, we wanted to promote everything Steve Brown. Give you guys an opportunity to know who he is, know what his name is. We want to have him back more for a little in-depth conversation, get his perspective on other things that's going on
Oh shit.
in society. Okay. Hey, Steve, tell everybody how they can keep up with you, where they can find you at your next show, all of that good stuff.
First off, you can find me on this podcast again because I'm coming back. That's number one. Uh, number two, you can find me on Instagram, Comic Steve Brown, one word, Comic Steve Brown. And I also have a new Facebook fan page because I open got hacked. It's Comedian Steve Brown. Comedian Steve Brown. Twitter, Comic Steve Brown. So you can follow me on all three of those platforms. And just come through, holler at me. And just check out the content and enjoy yourself. So I'm again, I'm very appreciative of you giving me time on your phenomenal platform, and I hope that the people receive this show and get good things out of it. And I look forward to the support that you guys are giving, man. Again, on social media, Twitter and Instagram, Comic Steve Brown, one word, and my fan page, Comedian Steve Brown. And there it is.
Hey, Steve, man, we appreciate you. We love you for showing up today, man. Good luck and safe travels. We will have you back. I'll stay in contact, and I'm going to keep up with you, man. I'll be watching, and I can't wait for Netflix. I can't wait for the special. I can't wait for you to cut their ass wide open. Love you on Kev on Stage, too. Check out his special on Kev on Stage also. He cut it up. He did a great job, yo.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. Hey, people, happiness over everything. Steve Brown. Appreciate you having me, brother.
Appreciate you, Steve. Thank you. As normal, want to thank Steve Brown for showing up and showing out, man. Also want to promote my book, Calculated with Love, yo. Calculated with Love is my latest project. As a 175 pager, it's going to challenge the belief system of men when it comes to relationship, man. Calculated with Love. 18 or older, though. Start with 18 or older. There's some graphic things in there. There's a riveting story about Jermaine and Michelle, and it just gives another perspective on relationship for men. Hey, my name is Frank Ball. You're listening to the Root Cause Podcast. We'll catch you next time.
What's up, people? It's me, Steve Brown, and I'm starting a monthly comedy night for the grown and sexy in Stone Mountain. It's called Silly Saturdays at the Social House for the grown and sexy, and y'all need to be there. This monthly comedy night for the grown and sexy kicks off Saturday, August 6th. Doors open at 7:30, showtime promptly at 9. Get your damn discount tickets now, people. The link is below or it's in my bio. Stone Mountain, I'm bringing the fabulous, the fantastic, and the very funny to you.
The grown and sexy.
It's Silly Saturdays at the Social House for the grown and sexy, starting Saturday, August 6th. And to all my grown and sexy people, be in the building.